I want to take a look at this video. The video I was talking about earlier from the guy who was talking about nerdy black guys. I want to watch it with y'all a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a taste. Just a shmijin. We're not going to be watching all of it. I want a little peek.
Ah, here we go.
Again!
You're looking at Alright, so check it out. I thought it would be a while before I released a controversial video on my channel. Making controversial videos really ain't my cup of tea, you know? I don't really like to piss people off like that. Okay, that's a lie. I love pissing people off, but I never wanted to make a career out of it. So I never thought I'd make a controversial video until later on down the line. But it turns out that day came earlier than I
This is the video I talked about earlier, yeah.
thought. Now,
Best rant Sona. It's a pretty good rant Sona, I can't lie.
You're thinking... Around a long ass time ago, I made a video. That video was called Nerdy Black Men Get No Love. To briefly, and I mean briefly, summarize that video, I talked about how some nerdy girls, nerdy black girls specifically, be doing a bit of capping when it comes to liking nerdy men, nerdy black men specifically, and how nerds everywhere were catching heat back in the day for simply being nerds. I edited the video, uploaded it to YouTube, and put a clip on Twitter. Now, for a few months, everything was fine. That was until you beautiful people decided to come and blow the video up. Seriously, I can't thank y'all enough, bro. Like, really.
The likes, the comments, the shares, y'all are making this channel freaking grow.
Y'all got me to 15K subscribers way before I'd ever thought I'd get there. Just thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you.
But I'll save all of that for the subscriber special video. Anyways, that video gained a bit of traction, and aside from a few people in the comments who disagree with me, I thought everything was cool. And then one day,
man getting over middle school challenge, difficulty impossible. I mean, yeah, like people on the like, oh, you love nerdy type of people. I think people do lie about that. If I'm gonna be honest with you, yeah, there are 100% people who lie about that. How much, to what extent, you know, it's hard to say because it's all basically based on personal experience and for him, what his Twitter experience is like. Shark, you got a GF? Do you consider me a super nerdy black guy? Yeah, but like people still lie.
I opened up Twitter. Read, nigga, read! I saw that I had 8 or so notifications. I was like, oh shit, a nigga popping on Twitter now? I couldn't have been more wrong. I opened up the notifications tab and was flabbergasted. I had 1 retweet, 4 likes, and 20 quote tweets. They were fucking me up on Twitter. I mean, just beating my ass, brutalizing me viciously. I got ratioed. They ratioed me. Now, I've been dragged on Twitter before, back when I made that tweet about tipping, but that paled in comparison to this shit. On that tweet, I got maybe 2, possibly 3 quote tweets. Now I got 20 niggas curb stomping me. Not to mention,
I was dragged on Twitter before too, and it was also by women. I think I've only been really dragged on Twitter once, and it was also by women. And it was also talking about like guys too. Yeah, 100%. It happens. They come for you. They come for you. The fem cells, they came for me.
the niggas who replied to the tweet itself. Here, let's take a look at some of those tweets and better observe this ass whooping.
Definitely a skill issue. Maybe you need to re-level your character and put more points into personality IDK.
Hey, I'm trying, man. It's a grind out here.
IDK, bud. Sounds like a skill issue. I got a bad bitch from showing her my dueling lightsaber.
But no, if that for real happened to you, I'm proud of you, my boy.
You just not him.
Being a nerd never got any cheeks.
I just said that, Black. Are you listening?
What are you playing to prove with that?
This nigga in particular really didn't like my video.
Imagine getting on YouTube making a whole video about how broke, miserable, and lame you are.
The dude who asked him who he was talking about's account got suspended, but he responded with,
"This goofy ass nigga.
Yeah, at me next time, bitch." Nah, I'm just fucking with you, man. Come on now. Now, I decided to do a voiceover for this tweet personally.
Okay, well that's you. I was raised around 2 nerds alongside my brother, and mother of us have had issues with being nerds when it comes to dating. I don't know, maybe you're just a walking red flag and you talk women who like anime and video games, calling them fake fans? Now, I found this tweet interesting for 2 reasons. The first reason being is the person who made it, she kinda bad though. Listen, honey, I believe you and I got off on the wrong foot, you know? Allow me to take this opportunity for you and I to get reacquainted, per se. Oh, you a freak. Well, listen, Sashomaru, maybe you and I need to get together and I can show you my Tetsaiga. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you can get a load of my wind scar. You feel me?
Oh shit. Damn it. Another reason I found the tweet interesting was because this seemed to be a running theme among the people who were responding to me. I found it funny how all these people were able to immediately come to the conclusion that I was some gatekeeping, weirdo, misogynistic, unhygienic incel without ever having interacted with me at all, with their only impression of me being a 35-second clip on Twitter. Which is why I promptly responded to her with this. Miss, you don't know me from a random nigga on the street. How are you able to extrapolate me being a walking red flag from a 35-second clip of me saying being a nerd hasn't gotten me a girl? This touches on something that I want to talk about later in the video, so we ain't gonna talk about it right now. Oh, I almost forgot. You know the girl whose tweet I featured in my original video? The one who inspired this whole thing? The one who couldn't figure out how to push the right stick to the left?
What do they want me to do?
To the left.
Hello?
To the left now, y'all.
I don't understand.
Fly to the left.
Oh, other way. I'm so stupid.
Yeah, she saw the tweet.
I done found the lame nigga, y'all.
I'm lame? There's more tweets. A lot.
He was bullying her a little bit. Let's just be honest. He was bullying her a bit. Yeah, we've all had little we've all had little empty brain moments. It happens.
More tweets, but some of them aren't worth responding to, and I'm gonna save some other ones for later in the video. But all of the jokes and quote tweet ass whippings aside, there were some comments that people made about my video that I really want to address. Some of them were valid concerns, some were misrepresentations, and some were straight up asinine assumptions and people intentionally missing the point. So allow me to take this opportunity to set the record straight.
Check it out, y'all. Check it out, y'all.
Alright, so right off the bat, one of the first things I want to clear up is the conventionally attractive soliloquy towards the end of the video. Women, be honest, you do not like nerds. You like conventionally attractive dudes who just so happen to be into nerdy stuff. There is a difference between a nerd and a conventionally attractive man who happens to like nerdy things. A few people pointed this out and took issue with it, and rightfully so. I could have worded that a bit better. I wasn't trying to say that being conventionally attractive makes you less of a nerd. You can still be sexy and be a nerd. I mean, Lord knows I am.
Man, you corny!
I differentiated the nerdy niggas from the conventionally attractive nerdy niggas to drive the point home that a guy simply having nerdy interests and hobbies doesn't make them attractive, even though women will tell you otherwise with statements like nerdy ass black men be so fine. A statement like that implies that the black man being nerdy alone is what makes them attractive, and in the
I'm not sure if that's true. That them being nerdy alone is what makes them attractive. I don't think so. I think it's just saying that she just believes that nerdy black guys are just usually pretty attractive, or it's a coincidence that that being nerdy and attractive just goes together for her, or that it's like like maybe it could help. But I don't think this just means that, I don't know, like if somebody said, oh, black women be so fine, does that mean that they think, would you assume that just because they said that, they mean that just because you're a black woman means you're automatically attractive? Just no ifs, ands, or buts about it? I don't really think so. That's a really weird way to read that tweet, because I don't think nobody believes that. I mean, you don't believe that, they don't believe that, and I don't think if you ask them, I don't think they would say that either. Yeah, maybe being nerdy increases their likelihood of being interested in that person, but I don't think anybody is just like, oh, you're nerdy, and you must be hot simply because you're nerdy. I don't think anybody has ever said that. Very few people have ever said that. Just got back and saw this. It's a really high flat top. Must be his brain or something. I don't know.
experience of me.
Maybe try and be more than just nerdy, like having a personality or something. Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about this guy, but having more than having just a personality too can definitely help you.
And niggas like me, don't worry, we'll get into experiences later. That simply isn't the case. The nerdy interest and hobbies alone ain't getting you a box, player. That's why I said a girl has never busted down for me sideways because I told her I like anime, or that I like video games, or that I differentiated the two because being an attractive nerd makes all the difference. That brings me to my next point. Some people were questioning what my definition of nerd was. I never gave a specific definition in my video. The closest you could get to is when I said I possess.
I don't know. I just see, for me, I think that's kind of where all of this kind of started, because it's just a really weird point to begin with. Just women say that being a nerd automatically makes you attractive, or automatically makes you attractive, or automatically makes you just date worthy or something. Even if that's the case, then there can be things that take that away. You can then lose points. Like being nerdy can gain you points, but then you could also lose points, right? But in like other ways, maybe it's your look, maybe it's your whatever, maybe it's your it could be many different reasons. Okay, maybe you play Alyssa in Tekken. Maybe you play Dragunov. That can get you to lose points. What women say that? I don't think I've just never See, what he's taking was that tweet that was just like, oh, nerdy black men be so fine. But he's making it seem like what she's saying is that, or like trying to imply is that just being nerdy, or that they're saying just being nerdy makes you attractive, which I don't think they're saying. It just doesn't seem like what they're actually saying.
Unconventional hobbies and interests such as anime and video games. I myself am a black nerd. I am an African-American male who possesses unconventional hobbies such as anime and video games. But I never gave an exact definition because I didn't think I had to. The amount of people who were upset with my definition of nerd was minuscule, so the majority of people who watched the video had to have understood what I meant when I said nerd. If you really want my definition of nerd, I mostly align with the Google definition. It was just humorous to me when I saw people saying that I wasn't a nerd, but that I was a geek, and then proceeding to explain the difference. What's funny is Google's definition of nerd and geek are damn near interchangeable, but whatever. If you insist that I'm a geek rather than a nerd, then be my guest. I ain't gonna stop you. Another thing, people were questioning my choice to focus on black women in my video. Addressing this one is very simple. I can only talk about what I know. I was raised around black people, grew up around black people, and know a lot of black people. You know, I'm something of a nigga myself. In the context of the video, I only ever had these experiences with other black people. I was only ever called weird and lame for my hobbies and interests by other black people. A vast majority of the time, I was getting shot down by nerdy black women that I was interested in who shared the same hobbies and interests as me, even though they said they like nerdy black men. I then saw these same girls turn around and go for dudes who were usually the opposite of what they said they liked. Sometimes they were even the opposite skin color as me, but that's not important right now. On top of that, I only
like, sure, okay, so here's the thing. It doesn't really mean anything, okay? Women are weird. Women are weird people, all right? They're like super weird people. They'll like say that they like one thing and then go for a completely different thing, all right? Because like sometimes just a couple things really can push them over the edge when it comes to, can really just push them over edge when it comes to like wanting like a specific person, right? Or being attracted to a specific person. Like, yeah, you get shot down by these girls that say they like nerdy guys, and like, yeah, you get shot down by these girls who say they like nerdy guys, and also, they'll go for like different types of guys, but girls will bounce around with like crazy different types of guys. Women are just really weird with what they like. Okay, women will like tell you. Okay, the range of like men that a lot of women like will like blow your mind. Okay. They'll tell you that like the type of guys that they like are like Alex Jones and the fish from like the the angel fish from Finding Nemo. All right, those, and that's their range of guys that they like. It's really weird. It's super weird, and it's hard to predict as well. So I don't know. It could just be one thing. Maybe they just talk to them more, or maybe there was just like one cool thing about them. Yeah, they may have actually genuinely really liked you being nerdy, but there was just something else from another guy. Who knows? The angelfish with the scar? Yeah, that one. And that's the range of men that they like. They'll be like, girls will be like, I love, like their range of guys that they're attracted to are like Bigfoot and Namjoon from BTS. Women are just weird that way. They're just weird that way. This is what they do. And so you just got to accept it, all right, really. So does that mean that they were lying about liking nerdy guys? No, probably not. Probably just that they like many different type of guys.
You ever see black women holding these discussions about being attracted to nerdy black men? I'm almost certain a white woman ain't never made a viral tweet about nerdy black men, because I know her Twitter wouldn't live to see the end of that conversation. But since I brought up black women, I have to say this before everybody.
I'm gonna tell you right now, white women do love nerdy black men. They do. They really do. They really do. They may not talk about it. They keep it hidden. But here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. The white girls who really like nerdy black guys, they may not like specifically like nerdy black guys. They just see a black guy and think that they're all kind of like the same, right? They can't tell the difference. They can't tell the difference from like, I mean, I don't know. They just can't tell the difference between like, I don't know, like me and like 50 Cent. You know what I'm talking about? Like they just get enamored by the dark skin, and that's just kind of it, really. But there are a lot of white women who love nerdy black guys. They love them to death. They really do. They really do.
Starts beating my ass again. Hashtag not all. Despite me never making the claim that all nerdy black women don't like nerdy black men, people believe that I was saying this and that this was the point of my entire video. The point of my video was that being a nerd and having nerdy hobbies and interests is not going to get you any hoes, even from the ones who say they like nerdy men. And I just wanted the women who say stuff like that to just keep it real. However, if you are a nerdy black video was that being a nerd and having nerdy hobbies and interests is not going to get you any hoes, even from the ones who say they like nerdy men. And I just wanted the women who say stuff like that to just keep it real. However, if you are a nerdy black woman, or even a nerdy woman in general, and you do like nerdy men, meaning that these men having nerdy hobbies and interests alone is enough to get you interested in them, congratulations. You are not who I was referring to in my video. I was referring to the girls who say they like nerdy men, but their type of nerdy man looks like this. The ones who say they like nerdy.
Well, which one is it? Because it seems like there are like two things here, okay? It was being a nerd won't alone like get you sex or like or a relationship, okay? And then it switched to being nerdy alone won't get a girl to be interested in you. Those two things are wildly different, right? A girl can be interested in you and then just like and then never speak to you again, okay? A girl can be interested in you for certain things, yeah, but then it may not turn into anything. But like taking it to a step to like, oh, you simply just liking Spider-Man makes a girl want to like have sex with you. Probably not. You simply liking Spider-Man can get a girl to be interested in you. Yes, absolutely. Yes, all the time. 100%. 100,000%. Yes. I think that's very few, almost non-existent that second statement is like never true. That they're lying about that. Most girls I would say aren't lying about that. I think they exaggerate a lot when they have something to sell you. I think they sometimes even lie about the extent when they have something to sell you, but just straight up lie like they don't like guys who have similar interests to them at all, or they aren't interested in people who have similar interests to them at all. Like no, probably not. Probably not. No, my dick sucked because of Homestuck twice. That doesn't count. You know why.
Men, but a man being a nerd isn't what makes him attractive. The funny part about all this is the girl whose original tweet I featured agrees.
You agree? I thought so.
Very embarrassing. Niggas not nobody wanted to f them in high school and still don't want to f them now.
Someone pointed out the end of my videos here when I was talking about regular nerds versus attractive nerds and said,
all that bashing you did in the beginning. Just to agree? Oh my god.
Complete waste of time.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
Okay, now hold on. I wouldn't say I was bashing you. I already said I didn't care that you and the other chick had an OnlyFans or a Fansly. I only showed that because girls who usually post stuff like that on Twitter are usually trying to promote some shit, whether it be a YouTube, Twitch, or whatever NSFW page they got. But I said I wasn't mad at that though. I said hoes gotta eat too.
Hoes gotta eat too.
And if you're upset at me for saying that, then I'm not sure why you'd call yourself that on your own Beacons page. Was it the Twitch clip? Was I bashing you with the Twitch clip? I mean, I guess. But come on now, dog. The instructions were right there. All you had to do was go, oh, and another thing, if you're a nerdy black man or even a nerdy man in general and you being a nerd managed to get you some cooter kitty, meaning you saw a chick, approached her, whispered in her ear, hey girl, I like anime. And she went,
I can't wait to suck your dick.
Listen, I just want to tell you from the bottom of my heart that I'm proud of you, my boy. You did it. You did some shit that not a lot.
I don't know. Does it count with me? Because I gave my girlfriend like a manga on our first date. So that might work. She talked to me about Hell's Paradise. So I mean, that might count. It might count. That's a weird thing to go up and then whisper that, bro. Grats, men, I guess. How is this vid 51 minutes? Because he got responded to by a large black content creator on Twitch, and then he responded to that. We're not watching this part. Yes. But I don't think that really had anything to, well, like it played a part in it, but I mean, we just talked a lot beforehand. So I don't know. Oh yeah, here we go. The true plight.
All right, so I said it before, and I'll say it again. The conversations that are had on the internet, specifically on Twitter, every 3 to 6 months, they usually look something like, black girls love nerdy guys. You guys are just weird and dusty. Or some very...
Yeah, this happens. This is why black Twitter it's an evil place, okay? Evil emanates from it, and you need to be very careful.
Of those words is dishonest. Well, why do you say that? Why do I say that? That's a great question. I'm glad you asked. I'll tell you why I say that. Because when these conversations are had and the nerdy dudes start popping up to defend themselves from the slew of insults such as dusty, ashy, weird, etc., one thing inevitably happens. The nerdy men in the comments always end up getting gaslit. The gaslighting never stops within conversations like these. I touched on a few of the ways people within these conversations gaslight nerdy men, such as saying, y'all were just weird, or that didn't happen to me, so it couldn't happen to y'all, or just straight up telling you that what you said happened to you in school, such as being bullied or being made fun of viciously for being an anime, didn't happen. This actually happened to me under my very own Twitter clip that I posted when I uploaded the video the first time. I got a plethora of quote tweets, but there was one in particular that I decided to entertain.
Women love people who are passionate about something and share it in a healthy manner. Women don't love people with this kind of attitude. It's not the nerd part that's holding your back. It's definitely something else.
I responded,
I will say, I've talked about this before, and I do actually feel the same way about this one specifically. Because every single time somebody's like, hey, I have, like, here. It's not even like with nerdy black guys. It's just with like guys in general. He's just talking about a subsect here. It's just with guys in general. Anytime a guy is like, hey, dating is hard. You'll get people flooded who will be like, dumb. Have you ever thought about getting a personality? Have you ever thought about not beating women? You beat women, don't you? Have you ever decided about not beating women? Huh? Have you ever thought about not being a rapist? Huh? Dumbass. Ever heard of a shower? You know a woman would date you if you took a shower, right? Freak. Get a personality. You ever think about that, huh? You ever think about getting a personality? What about a job? Dude, you probably have never even left your house. Because if you left your house even once since the day you popped out of your mother's womb, you would probably have a girlfriend right now. Like and I promise you, this stuff is everywhere. This stuff is everywhere. They will lie to you like that. It's super weird. Yeah, stop being broke. You're poor. How about you stop being so poor and then maybe a woman would love you, right? Yeah, so yeah, I think that part is 100% true. I think that's 100% true. That happens a lot. I see it a lot, and I really don't like it either. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. Like the only reason why somebody would have trouble why a guy would have trouble dating specifically is because he stinks and he's ugly and he doesn't take a shower and he never brushed his teeth and he never left his house before and he like wants to beat women. And that's the only reason why somebody would have trouble getting a girlfriend. And that's it. There's no other reason why it would be difficult. That's just it, right? So yeah, I will say there's a lot of like gaslighting to men, right? For when they talk about trouble, like finding meaning relationships like that, yeah. And you all probably done it too. Somebody's probably been like, oh man, dating's hard, and then you're like, take a shower, freak. This probably happened. You probably said it before.
Define this kind of attitude.
Absolutely. You made an entire video talking about how women don't like nerds. That is very false. You gave evidence as your experience.
The word loose.
The nerdiness is
cookie for being a nerd. Accepted wholesale. I didn't ask about attractiveness or what women are attracted to or whatever else he had just typed. He didn't have an actual answer to my question, so he just started typing. Not even thinking about what I had just asked or even acknowledging the fact that he's doing the exact thing that I was asking about in my question. Seriously, this nigga has the nerve to say,
you say that nerds are unattractive. Well, what makes you unattractive? You can say physically, but that's clearly not the case with nerds.
And then in the very next sentence say,
we exist in spectrum, not a vacuum.
Is this nigga serious?
Now, I know this is like my, I don't know, 4th or 5th time saying this, but I have to say it again just so I can get my point across. Do you see what I mean when I say that this topic is dishonest? Rather, the conversations surrounding this topic are dishonest. Niggas will try and gaslight you in real time when you talk about this. They will work overtime trying to tell you that what happened to you when you were younger didn't happen, or that it happened for different reasons, completely negating whatever it was you just said. At times, even contradicting themselves just to prove a point. Case in point, this individual here. But there's another person in all of this who made some conflicting statements. Oh yeah, it ain't over yet, Daquan.
Bring ass right back here, boy.
When Daquan posted a clip of him popping off when I admitted that I was ugly, a couple of people quote tweeted the clip and made some comments that Daquan wasn't particularly fond of.
All due respect, Daquan
looks like a Pookie adjacent before he opens his mouth. And does he have tats? But that's the issue I have, is that if non-black women accept nerdy black men for who they are, but you have to change or improve for black women. Path of least resistance in 2023. Oh no, dude. Oh hell no, dude. This why are they always attacking each other? All the venom. All the attacks.
It's like a Pookie adjacent before he opens his mouth. And does he have tattoos?
Yes! Yes!
But the issue I have here is that or improve for black women.
All due respect, we all know that they're not fucking with you because you're a nerd. They fucking with you because of your aesthetic, which is the opposite of nerdy. It's the nerdy aesthetic, not interests, that has always made us unattractive. It's not as simple as don't be ugly.
After a couple of tweets, he decided to make a short video responding to these comments.
Hey, look, y'all niggas need to chill with this Pookie and Ray Ray bullshit, because, like, I ain't gonna hold y'all niggas, it's starting to sound real gay. And it's kind of racist. Like, nigga, my name is Daquan. That's black enough. Like, that's ghetto enough. Secondly, y'all niggas keep talking about my aesthetic. Oh, man, it's just because of your aesthetic. Just because you got the aesthetic of a bitch.
Whoa, Daquan. Let's not be so dismissive about the people calling your aesthetic in the question. I recall you saying something about this very topic in your response to me.
Y'all niggas can sit there and say that I'm a nerd because I watch. Well, I told y'all niggas don't. I've never gotten called a nerd. Like, I told you. I don't think I got the look of a nerd.
But when other niggas are saying the same thing, you don't fit the nerd aesthetic, and this is part of the reason why you have an easier time with women despite your nerdy interests and hobbies. Now it's a problem? You even straight up admit that you have the hood nigga, Pookie, and Ray Ray aesthetic in another tweet.
You got the street nigga shit going for you, so it's a bit different. At the end of the day, niggas need to...
Bro, I am not a street nigga. Have I done some shit in the street? Yes. Do I fit the aesthetic? Yes. But I'm not a street nigga by far. I don't embrace a single thing I have done in the street. I denounce it.
Yeah, this is L status here from Daquan. I'm not from the street, dude. I don't have that street look. I'm I'm not a street nigga. Yes, I've committed crimes in the street. Do I fit the aesthetic? Yes. So you are one, but you're not one right now, or you don't. What is he like? I've never made a rap song about like committing crimes in my neighborhood. Okay, sure. I don't know what this has to do with anything though. Yeah.
Try my hardest to let it be known that is not what I am.
He did it again. He got mad at somebody for making a point only to prove their point later. Daquan, what's going on? So let me break down the plight of.
Yeah, it also could be the type of it also could be the type of girls that you're going for, right? I mean, I never grew up in like a really heavily black neighborhood, really. Like a neighborhood I've never grew up in a neighborhood that's like 50, 60 or something percent black. So I guess I just don't know as far as I remember. Like I've lived in like diverse neighborhoods, but not specifically like heavily black neighborhoods as far as I remember. No, especially while I've been old enough to want to make, meaningful relationships with women like that, like romantic relationships with women. As far as I remember, no. So maybe I just don't know, but you could try to go for girls who don't want street thugs. You could make that attempt. I know it's not really that easy necessarily because you don't always know exactly what they want, right? But I feel like that's something that you could probably think about. Like, yeah, the women who don't like guys who look like you and act like you probably won't like you. That's true. That is true, right? And some of them may even like the type of hobbies that you like. That's true. That's true. Yeah. Some women just suck as much as men. So much friendly fire. There really is nerd on nerd violence.
And when you spoke properly back in the day, you got accused of talking white. Or hell, if you did things such as wear certain clothes or listen to certain music such as rock, metal, pop, or nearly anything that wasn't current or popular music, current and popular black music, I should add, you got accused of acting white, as these are things that are deemed uncool or lack swag. I remember hearing one guy talk about how he got made fun of for wearing a Bad Brains band t-shirt. He got told, that's that white people music. Do y'all know that Bad Brains is a band made up of black dudes? That's how stupid the insult was. It's why people.
Yeah, I mean that is something that happens. Yeah, the whole like, oh, you act white, that type of stuff. Yeah, that is true. It happens. The problem with the black community, oh lord, black nerds. This was from 4 years ago too. Oh no, this guy is sus. I don't agree with all of his points. I think I made that pretty clear, but I don't know. He's touching on something, I think. Those hard people. All he said is that women are not into nerds unless they're attractive. If you're an average looking dude that happens to be a nerd, women don't want it. I disagree with that. I disagree that if you're an average looking dude who happens to be a nerd, then yeah, there are very many women who will find that perfectly fine.
Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there. If you're enjoying the content, hit the subscribe button. If you don't, it'll make Boo very sad. I know a bunch of you who are watching are not subscribed. Join the frenzy. You won't regret it. Thank you, Boo.